can we just talk about this new hat I just got? It says the Wolf Pack. And you into the best part? Boom. Also, I just went for a run earlier, so please ignore my sweat that's on my face. Anyway, completely unrelated, welcome to the very first episode of My Life Vlogs. It is Ian Wolf here. And welcome back to another video. So yeah, I'm doing a vlog for the first time. I never usually do vlogs at all. But a while ago I asked you guys that to leave any suggestions about, you know, questions they had about my life so we can get to know each other better. And yeah, I'm gonna be answering one of those questions today. Now, it's not really a question that got asked a lot. I basically just decided to, you know, go for it just for my very first video, just so you can, you know, have some ideas of what I'm talking about, what I mean by suggestions. So, theater life. Yeah. So, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you might know, and I know that very few of you know, but I know a whole bunch of you absolutely do not know. But, if you follow me on Instagram, you might know that I've starred in a theater community that I've been doing for a long time now. I started doing this when I was about 7? I don't really remember how old I was. But when I was younger, I used to take dance classes. Like, I used to dance to ballet, jazz, tap, like a whole bunch of other stuff. It was really fun. It was probably like a really fun moment I had when I was younger. But then, as I was growing up, I did like 3 dance rehearsals, 3 or 4, around that. And as I was growing up, my mom asked if I wanted to, you know, start acting more, since it was one of my dreams when I was younger. My dream when I was younger was definitely to become an actress, and you know, just to star in anything, even if it was like a school play or something, just do it. I would do it. But yeah, she asked if I you know, wanted to do the musical, and I said yes because I love doing musicals. The very first musical I did was Seussical. If you guys don't know what that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know what it is. But Seussical is basically just a musical of Dr. Seuss. You know, Cat in the Hat, Horton Hears a Who, a whole bunch of that stuff. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Dr. Seuss by now. If you haven't, then you have no soul. But yeah, I did Seussical Junior, which means if they have junior in the name, then obviously it's for kids and everything. So basically people who are under like the age of 16, 15 could audition for it. Or not really audition, but basically all we had to do was just sign up and we were automatically in. It doesn't really matter if like you sing quietly or if you can barely project or something. And it was a good starter time for me because I wanted to become an actress around that time, but I was extremely nervous. I was very shy, I avoided human interactions at all time, and I had stage fright. Luckily dance rehearsals kind of like, you know, helped me with that. And as I was, you know, signed up for the first musical that I've done, Seussical, I realized that I couldn't do both. I couldn't do dance classes and I couldn't do Seussical at the same time. And it sucked because then I had to, you know, make a very difficult decision whether I wanted to do only musicals or only dance classes. I love doing dance classes. I made a whole bunch of new friends there, and it was a really great time for me. I loved dancing when I was younger. I barely dance anymore, which is sad. And but the thing was, I really wanted to become an actress, and I felt like I might have like made more friends out of it. And luckily, it was the best decision. I said that weird. I decided I wanted to do musicals instead, and the very first show was great. I was really grateful. I made a whole bunch of new friends that I never thought of making. I don't even know how to explain it. It was so crazy. But my very first show, like the time when, you know, it was opening day, the outfits were awesome, the background was awesome, and yeah, it was a really fun time. But the first time I actually got on stage in front of like a live crowd, it was a really crazy day for me because that one day was the day that I actually conquered my stage fright. And it was crazy for me. So I had major stage fright ever since I started. I was extremely nervous to be on stage, and especially being in front of people. And then the first show, I had a great time. I pretty much just ignored the crowd, which is something that you should do if you have stage fright. Just ignore the crowd, and all of a sudden it'll be fun. I had a lot of fun singing, I had a lot of fun dancing, and I loved having a lot of fun, acting. And it was extremely fun, and that was the day that I conquered my stage fright. It was amazing for me. But, of course, that wasn't the only musical I did. I've done like 9? Yeah, 9? Around 9. 9 or 10. Around those. But, yeah, so the next show, well, so I think I was like 7 or something. Around that age. I don't really know. But, after a year of musicals, I had a disc where I could actually watch. Is it still here? Okay, so it has stuff on it, but, if you can see, this is the disc of the musical. So basically, if you play this disc, you can, watch the show and everything. It's like from the beginning of the show to the end. It's basically, yep, there's the logo right there. Stage Right Musical Theater Company, the community that I go to. Yep, this was my very first show. And I'm proud of it. But like, a year afterwards, my mom came up to me and like, I was like 9. The time where I was 9, I know I was 9 on this, but, when I turned 9 years old, my mom asked, at the stage, that the same, community was doing, more shows and wanted to see if I wanted to audition for them again. And it was like right there that I actually started becoming my life, pretty much. Because the first one, I just thought it was gonna be a one-time thing, and then maybe it'll somehow blow up from it, but I didn't really mind that. But, the thing is, they were doing 2 shows at the same time, so like they had like different directors and everything. And, the one show that they were doing was Annie Jr., which is basically the same thing as Seussical. Like, basically everyone who's under like 15 could audition, or just sign up. Like, sign up, no biggie, you're in the show, hooray. And, but the other one they were doing was Wizard of Oz, which I loved back then. And, the thing is, you had to audition for it. So, like, you had to say a monologue, you had to sing a song in front of the directors, and yeah, you had to audition for it, and it was pretty intense. I think I did the song How Far I'll Go when I auditioned for it, from Moana, and yeah, I had a lot of fun singing it. It was a really good song, and the directors were impressed, and then came the most proud moments in my life. So the thing was, my mom said if it was doubtful that I was gonna make it, because there was a whole bunch of college kids, like professional actresses and actors and everything. But, so it was very doubtful that I was gonna make the show. And she said, if I didn't make the show, I could always sign up for Annie as, like, a side back. Just in case I didn't make the auditions, I could just still do Annie, so I could still, do a show. So, if I, didn't make the audition, then I could always just, still sign up for Annie as, like, a slide-in. But, a few months later, my mom saw a post on the community, Stage Right Musical Theater Company, a post on the internet about all the actors that made it in, and I was at the bottom. I made the show. And Mom immediately yelled for my name. Like, she literally screamed at me and told me to, like, come here. But then, I came over, I saw my picture right there, and I immediately started jumping up and down. I actually got into a show with a bunch of college kids. And I was extremely grateful, and I felt powerful. I was really proud of that day. The day I found out that I made the show, I was really proud. Because one of the other things that was definitely challenging for me is because everyone else is college kids besides 2 other kids. 2 other kids were like, like 14, 15, and everything. No, not really 15. I don't know how they were, but they were definitely in the double digits. But they were like 13, 14. Yeah. And I was 9 years old. I was the youngest one in the entire cast. But, yeah, most of the kids adored me. I made friends with a lot of them, surprisingly. I'm still friends with them today. And, yeah, I was extremely grateful that day. The thing is, I didn't know I could do both shows, because the thing is, the other 2 kids who were like 14, 13 and everything, they did both Wizard of Oz and Annie, but I only did Wizard of Oz because 1, I didn't know I could do both shows, and 2, me and my mom both thought that, like, I was still a little too young to, like, be doing 2 shows at the same time, because she thought it would be very stressful for me. which I understood. I kind of get that, but I was still grateful. I was fine just doing one show. But yeah, the outfits were awesome. I love the songs. I love dancing, especially with professional actresses and actors. It was a really fun time, and I've probably one of the most proudest times I've ever, probably one of the best moments that ever happened in my life. A time where the directors were so impressed with my acting by a 9-year-old that I ended up being the youngest one in the entire cast of that show. And it was crazy for me. It was absolutely insane. I have like the video of the musical saved somewhere, so on YouTube, I have it saved. I might be able to do a reaction video on it. Cool. Another reaction video day coming up, but yeah. Afterwards, and during the few days of Wizard of Oz, we even had a cast party, which was extremely fun. We went to like Eduardo's, and like did a karaoke party. It was really, really fun. And yeah, I was really proud of that day. But I've done a whole bunch more. The thing is, I've done a whole bunch of musicals that I can barely even keep count of them unless I actually count them down with my fingers and everything. But Wizard of Oz has got to be my favorite. Not just because it's one of my favorite stories, it's because it was one of the moments where I, felt positive about myself. Like, I can accomplish so much more than, just auditioning for a kid's show for college kids, though. But, yeah, it was insane. But, yeah. Other ones that I did, I don't know which one came first, but, one audition that I definitely didn't make was a Christmas Story show. So I was asked to audition for a Christmas Story. I think it was something Christmas like, but I sang a song from Elf, Elf the musical. Elf is the musical if you didn't know. But I sang the songs and I sang one of those songs and I had a hard time with the person who was playing the piano because she was playing it very slow and I, really forgot where I was. So she has to do it again. I did do it again. I was still pretty confused. So the reason why I failed that audition was because I got confused with the person who was playing piano because it was a different person this time. But yeah, I didn't make that show. But surprisingly, a lot of people didn't. But I'm not sure if it was after or before. But either way, the next show I did after Wizard of Oz was Once Upon a Mattress, which is basically the story of Princess and the Pea as a musical. But yeah, it was really fun. I got to, be like a princess for the first time, which the dress that I was wearing was surprisingly comfortable. I actually thought the dress I was gonna wear was gonna be uncomfortable, but it actually wasn't. And the thing was, a lot of you guys don't really know. She'd been in one video, but my best friend, Kinley, I, told her about Once Upon a Mattress and the shows I've been doing, and we both love to sing. She was one of the people who got me into singing, and yeah, she loved to sing and everything. She loved to see me on stage a bunch of times, even though I'd never been on stage. She I hadn't been on stage, and yet she says she loved seeing me on stage. But yeah, I asked her if she wanted to, come to the show for the final day, because the final day it was the day that wait, no, it wasn't. I asked if she wanted to come to the show because I thought she'd be interested in it, and also I would maybe she could audition for the next one that we do, and we could audition together next time. But yeah, so the second to final show, I think it was. So the final show is basically the day where some of us can leave, but also the rest of us who decide to stay, possibly because we're waiting on someone. Help the crew take down the set, which is it's fun sometimes. But yeah, because I love helping out with the cast and everything. But the second to final one, which was the show that happens before the final, obviously. So second before last show, she came. She she got front row seat. Cause the thing was, there was a whole bunch of adults and kids who were in one section of the seats, and they were just Some people were in the back, but there were just like two people in there. It was Kinley and some other girl. I don't really remember who she was, but yeah, it was just them two in the front, and they had like a whole row by themselves. Yeah, and so she was pretty easy to, like, you know, make eye contact with, because she's basically by herself with some other kid. But yeah, she's really sweet, and every single song, every single time I sang, every single time I was on stage, I would always hear her, you know, like, cheering my name and everything, like screaming at me, and it was really fun. And then when the show bleh. And when the show ended, I ran over to her, gave her a big hug, and I asked if she liked the show at all, and eventually she told me that she, you know, wanted to audition for the next show that we do, and I was happy for it, because I was happy. She wanted to, you know, like, do the stuff I was doing, because she thought it was fun, and it was. I really wanted her to, like, you know, see how much fun we actually have backstage, because like, basically it's just like we're just like being pushed to, like, you know, use our voices or like act out and everything, and like be a character that we're, you know, like, chose to do. But we have so much more fun behind the scenes, and it's something that a lot of people don't actually, you know, see, because they're just like, oh, they're just singing, they're just acting, they probably won't do anything else. That's not true. We have so much more fun. We play a whole bunch of games. We sing a whole bunch of different songs. We have more fun than anyone else thinks we do, and it's really fun. I just love doing it, and the fact that my own best friend Kinley wanted to audition for that stuff the next time we do it made me so happy. She was inspired by my acting skills, and wanted to give it a try herself, and I was proud of that. My camera just shook. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but there's a dog outside barking. But yeah. So the next show that we did, the thing is, this was the next thing that I actually got to audition for 2 shows at the same time. Because last time I was able to do Wizard of Oz and Annie, but I didn't do Annie. But now that I was, you know, getting old enough to, like, you know, finally realize stress and stuff like that, because it was really stressful. But the time where I started, you know, feeling stressed for the first time, I decided to do both, because, well, the thing is, me and Kelly both wanted to do both, but she didn't make the second one. But, so I auditioned for, well, me and Kelly both auditioned for Seussical again, but this time, it's not Seussical Junior, it's just Seussical. So basically, it's the same exact storyline, it's just, there might be a few changes and everything, but this time, it's like Wizard of Oz, where there can be a bunch of older kids in it, but, there were a lot of college kids and everything, but also there were a little bit more, you know, younger kids there than I thought there were. There was one that was younger than me. But, yeah, so I basically got to audition for a college kid, musical again, but this time there was more kids there. Because kids can audition for it. It's just, there might be more adults than actually kids. But, yeah, Kinley didn't make that one, sadly, even though I really wanted her to, because I really wanted her to see, like, this is going, because she really wanted to see it. And, yeah. But the thing is, we both signed up for Honk Jr., which is basically The Ugly Duckling as a musical. And, yeah, she got the audition for this part. She actually got a really big role for her very first, you know, like, time doing shows. Yeah, she got a pretty big role. I mean, we both basically played the ensemble, pretty much. But, yeah, she actually did get a pretty big role for the first time she ever got it, and, like, she had more lines than I did. She had, like, a solo from time to time, and it was, she was really proud of herself. She was nervous a little bit, because, like, you know, it's her very first show, and she got a big role from the start. But, yeah, I was proud of her. I was extremely proud of her. She brought it out. The directors were actually impressed when we sang together, and, yeah, it was really fun. She said it was fun. She actually said she thought it was gonna be, like, extremely stressful, which it was. But she had a lot of fun. She made some more friends than she thought she would. Yeah. And now we basically just do shows together, because now we're both, like, practicing our songs a little more, because we actually learn from the older kids who are very good at singing, very good at acting and everything, which is fun. Very, very fun. And then, the next show that we did, I think that we did... Okay, so I think the next one that we did was Elf Jr. So basically, obviously, same thing as Physical Junior, same thing as Once Upon a Mattress, same thing as Hong Jr. But, so like, kids who are under 15 can sign up and everything, we automatically just sign up. The thing is, I think it was the college kids and, younger ones could do it, because there was, actually, I think it was a college show, and, so like, kids can audition for it, but there was like surprisingly more kids than there were adults, which I found interesting, which I found crazy. But, yeah, so we got some college kids in there, but we had like more younger kids in there, which were really fun to hang around with. And, yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was, me and Kinley got to do it together again, which we really had fun, like, being elves. And it was around that show that I actually got a pretty bigger role, because it was the very first show that I actually, you know, got to speak lines by myself. So basically kind of get a solo and everything. And the other shows, I'm basically just the ensemble. I mean, I still am the ensemble in Elf, but, I got to play a specific teenager. That just says one line, and that's it. The funny thing is, I even had to, like, for my character, the thing is, she doesn't even have a name. It's just teenager, and so basically, one thing to set the teenage mood is that, like, my mom actually got, like, an old iPhone that I could bring with me as a prop. The directors, like, made our props for us and everything, so, like, we didn't get to choose, like, what they looked like or anything. I mean, we would give some suggestions, but, you know, we didn't, like, you know, help design or anything, or help, like, discuss what it would look like. But, yeah, the thing was, the directors allowed us to, like, bring my own fake phone, just so, like, it could, like, you know, add to, like, the teenager atmosphere, pretty much, so, like, you can kind of tell, oh, it's just a random teenager. So yeah, it was pretty funny. And me and Kinley had a lot of fun in that role. We got to sing our own solos. She also got another big role. I got a bigger role than I thought I would too. And then after that, Kinley and I both auditioned for Frozen Junior. Now I'm pretty sure a whole lot of you has had to see Frozen. If you have not, I don't even know who you are. Seriously, you are not even alive if you haven't even heard the song Let It Go yet once in your life. But honestly, if you haven't, then you're lucky, because it is... I love that song very much, but the more people sing it, I think it's annoying. Luckily it died down. So, yeah, Kinley and I both auditioned for Frozen Junior, which was really fun. I kind of got the ensemble role that I was kind of hoping for. Kinley got probably the biggest role, not the biggest role of the entire show, but like the biggest role that she had, you know, ever since she first started. So she kind of got like the ensemble for like most of the shows that she did, but also kind of a small major role. But this one was bigger than all those, but even bigger than mine, surprisingly. So like, yeah, I basically just got to be like one of the waitress. I got to be one of the waitresses of Arendelle. I got to be I got to be one of the waitresses. I got to be one of the trolls. And fun fact, I feel like this is the time for me to, you know, talk about this. But my hidden trolls, okay, so the thing is, they're not, in the musical, they're not called trolls, they're called hidden folk, which, I don't know. Maybe it's more special than trolls, but, yeah, so my outfit that I wore for the hidden folk, was actually the outfit that inspired the Aurora outfit from my Gacha Life series, The Aurora. Fun fact. Never know. Yeah, the thing was, I absolutely loved that outfit for the hidden folk. It was probably my favorite outfit of the entire musical. And I fell in love with it. I wanted to take it home with me. But, yeah, so Kinley got the role of young Elsa. You know, Elsa when she's younger. The thing is, they didn't have, like, and like, do you want to build a snowman? They basically just had like both the girl who was playing young Anna and Kinley playing both like when they're younger and their middle age. So basically when they're teenagers, they're still, you know, same same actors, same actresses, and everything. They're the same. It's like they never even grew up. But yeah. So she got to play young Elsa, which I was actually impressed. That was probably one of the roles I was actually impressed by, because in Do You Want to Build a Snowman, she, like, there was a moment where, you know, Anna and Elsa are, like, you know, grieving over their dead parents and everything, and, you know, they're, you know, crying and everything, being sad. And the girl who was playing, like, Anna, she was great at, like, you know, acting sad and everything. But Kinley legit cried a tear. I was proud of her. The thing was, we were rehearsing that for the first time, and the thing was, everyone started crying because everyone saw Kinley like crying and everything. Like, she was basically forcing herself to cry, and everyone backstage was weeping over it. It was insane. I was so proud of her back then. The thing was, like, afterwards I was like, how does she even like force herself to cry? The only time she actually cries is when she's actually sad. I like ran up to her like, are you okay and everything, and she's like, yeah, I'm just acting. Yeah, I was so impressed by that. She impressed the crowd by, like, forcing a tear, and I was impressed. I could not stop crying backstage when I, you know, heard when I saw that. I could not stop crying backstage. Whew, it was crazy. But yeah, it was. Kinley enjoyed doing the shows. I love doing the shows. We make so much friends out of it. The thing is, ever since coronavirus started, that we were supposed to be doing like another show, which was like Legally Blonde or something like that. We were supposed to do that show, but from coronavirus starting, it's possible that's not happening. But yeah, the thing is, the directors for Stage Right are trying to, you know, get the community back in order, but trying to get most of the kids vaccinated, trying to get you know, the directors vaccinated, and like making sure everyone wears masks. Like, basically trying to perform a show but the safest way possible. So it's very doubtful because it's, you know, it's still chaos outside, but it's getting better, which I'm kind of grateful for. It's getting better, and I'm hoping that one day all this will blow over. I can finally be reunited with Kinley again. I can be reunited with all my friends. I can go back to school, because I do still have school, but I have virtual classes. So basically, you know, I can't see my teachers in person. But yeah, I just hope that one day this will all end. I can finally see all my friends again. I can go back to public school. I can, you know, go outside more. I can try to do all the projects I've been working on, because ever since coronavirus started, I've been making like a whole gajillion of projects that I want to do after coronavirus is over. But of course, I need to wait. But one of the things I'm definitely excited for when coronavirus is ending is me and Kinley finally going back to Stage Art Musical Theater Company, which is their name. And you know, seeing all my friends again, seeing like some of them growing up and everything. Because the thing was, a lot of the kids are that that I was friends with ever since the beginning. The teenagers that I've, you know, been friends with ever since I first started doing musicals, they're at the age now where they can do college kid shows, but they won't be able to do kid shows anymore, which is sad. I mean, they could possibly like still, you know, go to the show and like, you know, watch it, see how we do and everything, but it's doubtful that they might never be in a kid show ever again, because they're starting to grow up a bit. I mean, they still might be able to like audition for like the college kid shows that you actually have to audition for. But yeah, they might not be in a kid show again, which is really sad, because they were friends with a lot of the kids, and yeah, it's never gonna be the same without them. And they're really nice. They're really great actors and actresses and everything. Yeah, and it's been a hard time. I've been having a hard time ever since, you know, all this ended. I couldn't be on stage for a while, and I've been getting stressed this whole year. I've been struggling for a while. I'm starting to get better, knowing that, like, you know, at least we found something that can help us end. You know, we finally got the vaccine. We have some people that are, you know, trying their best to we're this whole thing out. We're trying our best to stay home. My parents are staying safe. My friends are staying safe. My school is trying our best to stay safe. And one thing, I'm just really excited to when this is over. I can finally go back on stage again. I can sing with my friends. I can act and I can sing and I can, pursue my dream of becoming an actress like I wanted to when I was younger. And I always thought it was like a difficult decision to quit my dance classes so I can do like acting and everything. I thought it was going to be chaos. I thought I was going to hate it afterwards and I was going to immediately regret it. Because the thing is, if I retired, there was no going back. I couldn't go back to the classes and relearn the dances and everything. I mean, I'm not even sure if they're still active because the dance classes are where the dance classes take place. I think they got replaced with a store or something. They got replaced. So I'm not sure if those things are still active anymore. But yeah, so if I somehow decided to quit acting for good, then there was no going back. I would literally have no hobby to do besides make videos all day. But yeah, acting has been one of the craziest things that ever happened in my life, and I'm so grateful that I've decided to sign up for this stuff. And ever since I was 6 or 7 years old, I'm 13 now, and I've been doing it since I was 6 or 7 years old, and now I'm the happiest kid alive. I can't even imagine not doing it because the thing is, me and my best friend Kinley have grown closer because of it. I've got to make new friends out of it. I got to befriend a bunch of college kids, which is crazy. And it was really fun. And I highly suggest that a whole bunch of other kids should audition for it. I mean, there are the thing is, I'm in Kentucky right now, and Stage Right Musical Theater Company takes place in Kentucky, or Grand County. That's where we usually take place at. Because basically the stages that we go to is Grand County High School and I forgot what Main Street Garden. It's around around that area. They're kind of nearby and everything. But yeah, it's basically the only time we ever perform shows and everything. It's really fun. I love doing those shows, and I can't wait to what happens in the future when I can finally go back. But the thing is, I would not be the same person today if I, didn't sign up for Stage Right. That's why it's one of the most important moments that ever happened in my life. Anytime that I'm on stage, anytime that I'm singing with my best friends, anytime that I'm, projecting, anytime that I'm just showing that I'm not just a girl. I'm just, an actress who can do so much more. I can do more than getting an ensemble. I can try and get a bigger role. I love doing that. I absolutely love it, and I'm so thankful for it, and I want to be the same person here without it. So if a lot of you guys are out there who want to be actresses like me or something like that, can not really get into a full-on movie or show or something like that, but want to start off with a musical, if you have a high school music, high school musical. If you're auditioning for a musical at your school or something like that, or if you're also being invited to a community where you can audition for shows, just remember that fear is nothing. And on stage, fear is nothing. You may still have stage fright, but trust me, when you go out on that stage, you will have the best moment that you've ever had in your life. There are so many people out there who are afraid of crowds and everything. Pretend the crowd isn't even there. That's what's the best part about it. A lot of the times, I love acting and singing better when I'm alone. And it's one of the moments where if I sing alone, I'm more comfortable. So the thing that actually helps me get through the shows is just pretending that the crowd isn't even there. I'm not singing in front of a whole bunch of strangers that are in front of me. I'm not singing in front of my parents or something like that. I'm not I'm just in my own imagination, and that's where I start singing the song. So if you're ever wanting to become an actress out there, just remember, the crowd is it's not there. Remember that. That's all you need to know. If you have stage fright, just pretend the crowd isn't even there. Because I had stage fright for a very long time now, and now I love being on stage. I love being in front of people. And I'm starting to do more human interactions, even though it's kind of difficult for me. But it's really fun, and I highly suggest that at least some of you guys should try like some of what I'm doing, because trust me, it basically just it looks like someone's being forced just like, you know, sing a song, put a bit of costume on, like play a character or anything. That's not it. You have so much more fun behind the scenes than you realize, and I highly suggest that you guys should do it if you ever get the chance to. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to become an actress, then no, you don't have to, I'm not forcing you to. I don't choose your fate. No one can. But yeah, if you ever want to become like an actress, or like want to star in like a musical or something like that, like a school musical of yours that's happening at your school or your community near you, audition for it. Find the best song that fits you, that you love singing. Find a monologue that you can, like, you know, really feel connected to, and find a character that, you know, you can feel connected to. Yeah. But yeah, just find a character you can connect to. Audition with a song that you feel something with. I highly suggest you guys should do it, because it is one of the most important moments of my life, and I'm really happy for it that I did it. Anyway, I guess that's it. I mean, I'm still on my theater life. I'm still living my dream as an actress, as a young actress. Even I completely forgot. Wizard of Oz was also my very first paid performance, pretty much. It was basically my very first performance that I actually got paid. So, by the time I was 9 years old, I was already a paid actress. How cool is that? So yeah, I guess that's it. I'm still, you know, still active on other projects, and I'm still waiting for the day that we can finally go back outside again. I can see my friends again. I can go back to public school, and most importantly, I can go back to my theater career. I'm really excited for it. And yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. If you guys have any other suggestions of stuff you want to know about me, put them in the comments below, because I would love to answer them. Do not forget to spread peace and love to the world. Bye, guys!